Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I hope all of you beautiful souls were able to get out in nature somewhere, go and take a hike. I mean that in love, I really do, and it is so healing, when you go out in nature, and today I was able to get out a couple times. So I want to reach out to all of you beautiful souls first, and make sure you are being kind to yourself. I'm going to always remind you about that. It's so important. I know a lot of people out in the world didn't get brought up right, and then there's some people, they were blessed, to have parents that taught them good, like morals, so not everybody gets to have that, where they had good parents that brought them up in a good, healthy way. So if you were, like brought up in a good, healthy way, be grateful, because there's so many people out in the whole world that didn't have good examples at home, like how to be. A lot of times parents, you might have parents like this where, they say one thing, but then they do another. So, or maybe, they've called you names and not encourage you. So today, that's what I'm here about, is to inspire you, to help you, like maybe you're going through a struggle in life, and, that's really encouragement. I was always good throughout my life to encourage people, to help them out. I know there's days that I was having a really bad day, but I took that energy that I had left in me, and, like if I seen somebody who was having a down day, I was there as a support for them, to help them, to encourage them, like to give them hope. And, I do, like there are people out there on YouTube that, they send a lot of inspiration out there. So if you ever really, I'm serious, if you really need somebody to help you and inspire you, you really check out Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart. He's on Instagram. He is awesome. He's always putting short videos out on Instagram, short little videos of inspiration. And that's, really we all could use some of that, so that's why I want to make a video today on that topic, is to let you know, you might have been programmed, like we all have, like through the school system, or our parents, which they didn't know any better really, they were only doing what they were taught or didn't get taught, so we can't really be hard on our family, like if they were doing things wrong, because you got to understand that, where did they come from? What was their parents like? Do you know what their parents were? Did you ever meet them? Where I really didn't know my grandma or my grandfather, so really I thought who was my grandparents were not my grandparents. They were foster grandparents, so I found out, like my whole life, I loved them so much. I thought they were my grandma and grandpa, all the way up until like I got 15, and then I realized that you're not my grandma and grandpa. I was shocked. So you really got to think of where your family came from, and where did their family come from, and where did, like everybody has a background somehow, like in, depending on where they lived and how the times were. And we have been programmed, like through our family, like I said, because they didn't know any better, and or like you thought they might have known better, but believe me, they really didn't. You're just gonna have to take my word for that, and that's where it's so important. Before I get going too far on this, is I do want to let you know that you can like my videos, you give them a thumbs up. You can share it, like with a friend or a family member, or, like your cat, dog. Also, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. And, hey, my dinger bell. Hey. You can ring the notification bell. I'm sorry, that actually was in my backpack. And it got kind of stuck. So anyway, also you can leave a message down below this video. On YouTube, really would be really sweet if you did that. And if you want to get in contact with me, like, or check out my channel. And I'm sorry, in the beginning when I started YouTube, I didn't know how many starlights there was out there. And so that's how you're going to get a hold of me, is Starlight. Kathy with a K, Dingman, that's my channel, and my Facebook channel name. So also, before I get a little too far in this, is I didn't realize how many singers sing with the song Starlight in there. So I found a lot of beautiful music with my name Starlight. So after this video, that's what I'm going to do. I just kind of thought about it, is I will be making a video of where did I get the name Starlight, you know. So anyway, before I get forgetting what I'm doing here, is if you do want to contact me, like on Instagram, you can at 1995, see, Starlight, or on Facebook, Kathy with a K, Starlight. Where did that name come from? I did make a video, but really it's an old video and I want to remake it, so I will be doing that right after that. Of course, I'm going to have to change all my clothes for that one. That's okay. I love changing clothes. So anyway, now I can get started with this video. And really, this video is really to inspire you. I've had so many topics, so many titles out there of all kinds of stuff, and it is kind of funny. I had a person on Facebook a while back, maybe, let's see, we're at the end of April. I just put my check in the mail for my rent. But anyway, it might have been about a month ago, where there's a gentleman on Facebook that I did really actually meet him in real time in this area, and I met him from a dating app, and that's how the park that I go to all the time, where I go and take my jog, that is where we actually met up and took a walk, and that was it. We took a walk, and I don't believe we ever went to dinner or anything like that, but we had an interesting, he loves hearing me talk. I had a lot of crazy stories, a lot of shit happening at the time, so he loved my story time moments. Not a lot of people. I have lots of stories, but I'm actually in the now right now. But anyway, the reason why I bring this man up is he messaged me on Facebook, because he does watch my videos or my little shorts, and he did give me you know, like some encouragement, you know, like on Facebook, which I really appreciate. I only met him that one day, and we, you know, like, and he's always wanted to go hiking with me somewhere, but we never did. So but he's still, you know, like out there on Facebook, and he sent me a message like a month ago, and inspiring me and saying how he likes my videos, and he's so surprised, you know, with what I'm doing, and he has been a good like a support, you know, like out there on Facebook. And he thought, you know, like with the videos, you know, like he was wondering what could I possibly come up with next, you know, like on YouTube, like thinking I would run out of topics. And I said, which I'm going to reach down here, sorry about that, I'm just going to look at it, is, I gotta look, I have, it is kind of funny, I made my stuff like, I don't know, let me see, I don't know if it's going I don't think, Starlight YouTube videos. So I've been making, so this book here is, a bunch of title names, and I just kept on going on and on and on and on. They just kept on flowing out of my brain like nothing. So he thought, you know, like with me starting my YouTube channel, that I would run out of things to talk about, and I said, I haven't even started yet. So, you know, it is funny, because I do know somebody that's been doing this for many, many years, and they never run out of things to talk about, you know. So it's amazing. You know, I've seen so many different topics, and there's so many different angles with what you could say and how you could say it and whatever. And like there's times I've done did different videos, the same topic, but every time I restart, even though it's the same title, it's never the same message in each video. You know, I always have something different, and I'm like, wow, it just flows out of me. So anyway, yes, I have lots of things, you know, like to help you and inspire you. And so that's what I wanted to do today, is to let you know that I did put a video out as or a short video. I think it might have been a short video or a long video. Is I believe in you was the title, and I do. I believe in you, and what's important, which I didn't say this a lot in that video, that's why I really need to do this time in the beginning of this video, is that you, all of you guys and girls, need to believe in yourself first, really. You know, I know there's a lot in the Bible about people having faith in other people, and by their faith these people were able to do things because other people believed in them. But you know, like I have somebody that believes in me, and that helps me out every day because they're my cheerleader, cheering me. I don't have any pom-poms right now, but if I did, I would be shaking them babies. So yeah, but I do have a cheerleader out there that's cheering me on every day. And, you know, I'm really grateful for this person out there. And so I want to be your cheerleader. Yes, you can do it. You know, you can. You know, and that's this message, is you can do it. If, you know, I am doing things that I never thought I could ever do without asking my son. Hey, you know, I'm not going to tell you his name. Some of you might know his name, but you know, my son's busy now. He's a daddy, and he's a husband, and he's doing an awesome job. I'm so proud of him. You know, my son is going to be moving away, but you know, like we're going to do a lot of video chat, and you know, with my grandson and my daughter-in-law. So he is doing awesome. So I can't really go to him anymore like I used to when he lived with me. I used to always put viruses on my phone. Not my phone. Well, yeah, that viruses on my phone. But I was either having computer issues or phone issues. And I would go to my son and say, can you help me? I don't know what I did. And he was so great. He always helped me out, but now he's so busy, and he lives far away from me, an hour away, so it's not that handy anymore like it used to. So the reason why I mention all of this is that, you know, who would have ever thought I would have been able to have my own YouTube channel? And I did this all on my own. You know, I didn't know nothing about computers, and you know, like as far as making videos or editing them or anything, and I'm still learning, believe me. I have a lot in my head, things that I want to do, and it just is, you know, every day is a new day. So this is why I want to encourage you, is if I can do this, you know, there's things that, you know, you might think that you cannot do, and I am telling you, they say if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want. And so that's this message today. If you put your mind to it, you know, there's certain inspirations that I've really helped me out in life, you know, and I got to think of those as I'm talking. You know, if you first don't succeed, try again, I'll tell you. There's things in my life where, you know, like maybe making something, creating something where I wanted to give up, but I'm like, no, I'm actually enjoying this. And I do have to say, I'm having a ball doing YouTube videos and editing. You know, I got some funny stuff going on. You know, even my speech sometimes, I gotta laugh at myself, really. You know, like sometimes that my tongue gets twisted, and you know, because I did have problems growing up about, you know, like the fear of speaking and stuff like that because of my education. So, but I'm doing it, you know. So if I could do this, you know, there's things that you probably, you know, like maybe you think that you can't do this or that on a computer, or, you know, like maybe even working with your phone, where, you know, like I made a video, but I don't think I sent it out, and it was that I did have a problem with my phone a while back. And it's funny, like I try to take it to the Verizon people and try to take it to Best Buy, and Verizon, they wanted to actually charge me $30 to fix something they didn't even know. They weren't even listening to me in the first place, what I was going through. And Best Buy, the same deal. I just had two workers that were not really out there to do their best, and sometimes you run through that, where people are just not they don't care. They're there for the paycheck, and I've gone to those same places where I've gotten a beautiful man. He really did. I was so impressed with him, and I don't want to say, his race or anything, but he was a beautiful soul. He worked his ass off to help me out, and he did it. He helped me. He really was a sweetheart, and another guy at Verizon, he's a Scorpion man. Oh, you gotta watch out for those Scorpion people. I know that, like I was busting on him because I seen that he had Scorpion rings. I've always connected really well with Scorpion men. I don't know about women, so anyway, for all of you, I just want to let you know, like you might be struggling with something in your life, and now we are so blessed to have like computers and phones where we can say, when you Google something, like how to do this, how to do that. I mean, like I could name a bunch of funny stuff right here, and I've typed up some goofy stuff where I was embarrassed because, knowing people spy on my stuff and what I type up, I was like, oh, this is going to be embarrassing. I gotta figure out how to do this. I can't go to the library to find this out. It's on the internet, and I'm like, it might be a health issue. You might be embarrassed. I'm like, what is going on with me? Why is this happening with my so I don't want to say that. I do make some funny stuff in some of my video true stories, but you might have something going on and you don't want to go to your doctors because you're embarrassed. You're like, I really want to figure this out on my own right now. I'm really good about wanting to go to the doctors and say, hey doc, what's up here? what's going on this time? So now, like I say, is, Google it, you don't know how to do something. Instead of counting on everybody else like I was, hey, son, can you help me out? Another computer issue, Mom? Yeah. Like I think he got tired of, hey, something's wrong with my phone. I think I kind of went to him too many times a little bit. So, I would get really stressed out, and now I'm learning how to do this on my own, so I got to give myself a pat on the back, and I'm just encouraging you right now is that, hey, if I just figured out a problem that my Verizon and Best Buy, I thought it was my phone, but it had nothing to do with my phone. It was my computer with my pictures and, videos. I got to actually get stuff off of my computer. I got so many videos. More than 100 already. So it is interesting how, and it does take time, and it takes a lot of patience. I do have to warn you on that, so, learning how to do any of that, you got to make sure you have enough energy. You don't want to really try to work on a computer when you've worked all day, or like at the end of the day when you're ready to go to sleep, because you're not functioning right at that moment. That's how I am. I don't know about you. Now I have to pick on guys a little bit. Is with men, I know they do better on like some food in their gut. That's been my experience through my whole life. Men do better when they got food in their bellies, or, it is kind of funny. You might have issues with this where, and these are just little tips for men, mainly not women. I don't think this really affects women, but really for men is, if you do you might know what I'm talking about, where, like if maybe you're out on a day trip or something, and, I don't know what causes this to happen, but, I've seen this happen to many men in my life, people that I knew one way or another. And if they didn't have food at a certain time through the day, they don't function good. And, like all kinds of weird things can happen. They could get upset very easily, impatient very easily, and you might be one of those men out there that I'm talking to right now. So I encourage you really, I seen this where what you want to do really is, I've seen men do this, is to bring some healthy snack food with you. If you're going to be taken off somewhere and you're going to be gone and you don't want to go to the restaurant and spend a lot of money because you want to get home later on to have your dinner because you got food at home, really bring some healthy stuff. I like nuts and chocolate, but chocolate doesn't do very good in the summertime, so sometimes I want to eat peanuts when I'm driving my car for some reason. I'll be crunch, crunch, crunch. And there's a trick to your brain on that, is if you're like chewing a lot, it makes your brain think that you ate plenty enough, and even though you only had a little bit of peanuts to eat, if you like peanuts, as long as you don't have a reaction to those. So if you do have a reaction to that, please do not eat those peanuts. I actually heard some stories about peanuts where even if a girl ate peanuts and the oil was on her lips, that's how sensitive they are to the peanut oil and the peanuts. I've seen some crazy movies out there about stuff, about people that have bad reactions with peanuts. But I love my peanuts. I'm always getting them. And I love crunching, so you might want to bring some food with you, that way you don't flip out on your girlfriend or your children or your wife or your friends or whoever you're with. And that way then if you do have something that you got to work on, that you can function better. That's just a little freebie right there. You definitely, if you're that type, it almost sounds like Cookie Monster there, make sure Cookie Monster gets lots of cookies. Cookie Monster. Not really cookies. I'm like, I don't eat even sweets anymore. I'm just being funny about the Cookie Monster. But I have definitely witnessed this kind of strange behavior. So anyway, I want to encourage you, and like you can Google this, you can Google that. And when my son was younger, I'll tell you, I give him a lot of credit. I just talked to him the other day about this topic, and I always let my son know how pleased and how happy I am for him. He is doing such a great job. I mean, he just sold his house like bam, that quick so they can move. It was quick. He's worked so hard. And with him is when he was younger, is that he saw mom always had a car in the shop all the time. I don't even want to talk about the topic. And so he's seen a lot of money going out of me when I didn't even have the money, for those cars, so I taught him, even though he didn't have a daddy figure throughout his whole life, really, not a good daddy figure, is that I always taught him, hey, learn how to fix your car, learn how to do everything you can possibly do, because it's going to save you a lot of money. He didn't have a daddy showing him how to do the oil, how to do this. He didn't learn how to change the oil with his mom. I didn't know how to change oil, even though I wanted to learn. I'll crawl under that car and fix change the oil. I'll get my hands dirty, but gotta have tools, so there's a lot of you men or women, that there might be things that you want to do where you think, it's too much for me. Please don't think that way. Don't think it's too much. Don't stop yourself before you even get started. Really, I'm serious. I never thought I could do a YouTube channel. I thought I would have to go to my son and how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you? But and then even with my phone, I did it all on my own. I was able to fix the problem. It was really, the worst part was actually figuring out how to ask the computer what I was looking for and trying to figure out what does this mean, and how do you do this? And I had to break everything down, like to figure it out on my own. I was able to, I'm very happy. So now I'm all excited about YouTube, and thinking, what else can I do? It really has. And there is a deep diver out there, and I am so inspired. I love watching his YouTube videos. I watch one every single day. I haven't missed one, at least ever since I started watching him. And I love all the new changes that he does with his YouTube channel, and he's got a beautiful setup, and I love it. And that's why right now I actually gotta get rid of a lot of things in my house so I can make more space. I think I just got rid of it was about 7 bags of clothes, or I had so many blankets, on all this stuff. So I'm like, wow, I just got rid of now it's probably about 10 bags, of stuff that somebody else can use. I always give my stuff away. I don't throw things in the garbage unless it's complete garbage. There's no use of it, then it goes in the garbage. I don't throw stuff away. There's so many people out there that could really use these things, so I do. I'm always giving things away. But I just want to encourage you guys, if you have a car, hey, you might, you got to have money though to get the tools, find out on, Google, if you're tired of a lot of those people out there, there's shady people, at car places. I believe me, sometimes they say looks are deceiving, and sometimes they're not, though. Sometimes you might see a person that looks shady, and then you think, that's, you can't go by the outside appearance, but sometimes you can. So a lot of those things that we've been taught are not always right. There's a lot of statements that they throw out in the air, you can't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you can judge a book by its cover. I always give people a chance, though, and I don't want to judge them. I want to get to know them. And then later on, I'll be like, well, I did have a funny thought about that person, but I thought, well, that was a bad way of looking at it, and I don't want to judge them. But then later on, I was accurate, So some of those car people, can rip you off. I've actually had stuff stolen out of my car before by, things were in my car, and then I take it to the auto mechanic guy, and, where did that go in my, it was in my car, and nobody else borrowed my car. So really, you're best if you can go online, find out what is the problem, or even ask your friends, or sometimes, you could go take your car, have them check it out, let them tell you what it is, then you can go and get it fixed. See, I'm a girl and I know that much, one place I go to, it's $100 an hour to work on your car. Then this other place I go to, $150, and they really, I'll tell you, some of those places, what they do is, I went to the one car place, and it was keys. I just got this vehicle in before wintertime, and I got blessed by the universe, and what was it, the keys, the alarm kept on going off, waking up my neighbors, and I received a horrible note on my car, and it was not a nice note at all. And so I had to get the keys, because that alarm, I'm gonna, that angry neighbor could do something bad with my car because he was so upset. And where I had to take it somewhere, and I tried to do I didn't know how to fix this problem, but I went around trying to figure out how to get my keys fixed, and I had to go take it to the dealer itself. And it's a Kia destination dealership, and I was surprised. I went there, they couldn't fix my problem with the keys. But they found other things, even though it passed inspection when I got the vehicle. They crawled under my car. They were looking for stuff, and they did. They found, which I already knew about some of it because my other maintenance guy told me. But I didn't want my car get fixed there because it's cheaper at the other place, So, it is something, $50 more, an hour for fixing my car. And, they got a lot of money out of me fixing that, where if I went to the other place, it would have been cheaper. So you can, do that, and then you can, like, hey, maybe you got a friend that's got the tools. Maybe you got a friend that knows how, and he can help you get through it, like to help you with it. I do know people out there, guys love working on cars, like the guys, most men do. They really, it's kind of funny. I did see a poster at my one maintenance guy, and it's, instead of the guys checking a chick out, their heads are into the hood of a car, checking it out, looking at the motor and stuff like that. It's kind of a funny picture. So there are some guys that really get into it. They're, thinkers. They figure stuff out. And to me, working on a car is kind of like working on a human body, figuring out what's making it, work the way it is. It's kind of funny. I really always look at a car like a body parts. Like, a maintenance guy might be a great doctor. Just knowing how everything functions and stuff. It's kind of funny. So, and then women, I'll tell you, I'm like, what do they say, a master, I forget how they say it. I know how to do a lot of stuff for a female, I'm like a misfix-it, and I've always wanted to learn how to do this, how to do that, how to do, so I've always been like, anytime I'm around a Mr. Fix-It, no matter who it is, I always got to be there, and get in there to learn what they're doing and help them out with it, because I know I could do a lot of stuff. I wanted to actually learn how to use saws and all that stuff. Not that I know how to use saws, but you like to make your own house or something, do different things in your house, and women, you might know how to sew. I know how to sew. I have a sew machine. I got thread and needles, and I know I could come up with some fashion clothes and all that stuff, I was making a beautiful camouflage jacket before, knitting, crocheting or whatever, one or the other. I always get those two names mixed up. But, I love to cook. There's things that you might not, think that you can do, like gardening. I love to learn how to garden, learn about the herbs and all the, the do's and don'ts, and learning about like pests and all that with your plants. And, I know there's a certain time with, I think it's tomato plants, where sometimes bugs will get on it and start ruining it, where you got to shake this little powder, white powder stuff, so then the bugs don't kill your plants, so there's, I love learning all that stuff. And so I can't remember the name of the saying that they have. Is, I haven't mastered any of it, but but I do know how to do a lot of stuff. I am very creative, and so you can learn. That's the whole thing about this message. You can learn how to, especially with Google or YouTube videos. If you, I'll tell you, I did type up, like I said, I did type up some funny stuff on YouTube, thinking, that ain't gonna be on there, and I'm like, do. Like, you gotta be kidding me, that's on here? Somebody else put that on there? So you'd be amazed. And if you got like with computers and all that, like if you don't really know how to use computers, Google it, learn what's going on, break it all down, like, and figure it out. Like, if I could do it, believe me, you can do it. And I know there's a lot of people that do stuff, and guess what? They didn't automatically know how to do it. They had to learn from the beginning, like how to, step by step, to build up. And there's times like I put a lifting machine together where you lift weights. I didn't even know I could do it. The instructions were there, and I had to get the tools for the. I never did it in my life. But, I do have brains. They, women that are beautiful normally get called stupid a lot. Just because a woman is beautiful doesn't mean that she doesn't have brains. So there's a lot of things I can do, and even if I lack the education, it doesn't make me stupid. We all have intelligence at different ways, so don't think that you can't do something, like you might be really good at math where I am not, like they tested me on numbers before, like, and it's funny, I didn't realize they were mixing the numbers, and I was trying to figure out the first 4 batch numbers, or how many. It could have been like 6 numbers, and I had to repeat them, so numbers and me do not match. We do not go well, but so what I'm weak at, you might be strong, and where I'm strong, you might be weak at, so what you want to do is strengthen those areas that you are weak at, so then you're better. I that special friend out there, and I have to say, he is so intelligent, is that he was saying something one time on a video, and I was like, wow, I couldn't believe he was so right, is that I always, like when I send messages, I always use my little mic on there, so I don't have, it takes so long, and that's why I really don't like doing the texting, because if you weren't going to use the little mic on your phone, if you have a little mic, not Michael, you, it's so funny how many mics there is out there. That's one of popular name. I even have a mic right here. But it is amazing that I've used that little microphone, the little mic on my phone to send messages, like just say whatever you want to say, and then push the send button, and then I realize when I do my dream study, I'm like, wow, really that has messed me up using that little mic on my phone, because now I'm not using my brains to actually remember how to spell those words that, some of the words I used to know how to spell, and now I'm like, oh, I knew how to spell that word, or, whatever. So it is good to, make sure, you strengthen those areas that you are weak, and, so anyway, I know this video is getting kind of long, but really I want to let you know is that you can, like do anything that you put your mind to, so go out, there might be something that you really want to do, and don't let fear get in your way, please. Don't let fear, get in your mind space and make you think you can't, or don't listen to other people. You might want to do something, maybe you want to do something on YouTube or on the internet to make an income. Don't let other people, like affect you in a negative way. The kind of people that you need in your life are the ones that are going to inspire you, that to let you know that you can do it. You really can. You can actually, if you put your mind to it. And there's other sayings that I, like my memory is not the greatest, but I did have another. If you have a will, if there's a will, there's a way. And that I love that. That has helped me get through my life, really. You got to be willing to try, and make sure you do it at the right time. It's, if you're tired, that's not the time to work on that stuff. Make sure you're full of energy. If you want to learn how to work on your car or computer, or learn how to sew, make your own clothes. Make it, you might want to make something, maybe you can't find it, and they got like easy patterns out there, and I love to sew, like I really do. I don't want to give up my sew machine, but I haven't used it in a long time. I really haven't, but I do know quite a bit about sewing, not as much as other women do, but master of all, I can't remember how that statement goes. I'm sorry. So anyway, I do love all of you, and whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. You just have to put your mind to it, and tell yourself, hey, I'm tired of saying I can't. I am gonna do this. I can do this, because all of us, like even learning how to ride a bike, at first you might have thought you couldn't do it when you're little, and then hey, now you're riding a bike or a car, driving a car. It is scary when you're starting out, and you don't want to hurt yourself or anybody else or damage a car. But if you're driving a car now, hey, you got through it. So don't limit yourself, because you can grow, and you'll be so happy with yourself. You're like, and you'll be able to do what I can do. Pat myself on the back when I did it. Hey, look at that. Look what you did. You know, maybe you don't even know what you're capable of doing. And I know I got some stuff. Like I love, they had a show and I love doing it. I'm like, man, I would love to be there right now. I got a brain for like puzzles, you know, like mind puzzles or something. I have a brain for that stuff. I can figure stuff out, and I don't even know how, you know. The other things I'm really good at is like I'm a really good organizer, and I like, you know, like how, you know, like if you had a box and you got a whole bunch of stuff and it fit in the box, and then you dump it all out, and you know, like I know how to figure out like the best way to stick that in the, you know, like space. I guess all the moving I've done, like I know how to, man, I can cramp things up and, you know, make something impossible possible, you know. So it is amazing, you know, like you got to figure out who you are, find out who you are, what you're capable of doing. You'd be surprised at things, you know. Even making music, I love guitar music and piano music. You know, I did play some piano music and I loved it. I don't have a piano now, you know, but that's something later on in my life I would love to do. I love to sing and dance. You know, I would love to learn how to play the guitar. You know, I've always wanted to learn how to, my family laugh at me, and they say, because I made a funny video and I showed it to them. It was a stupid song, but I did it. It's a funny video. It wasn't I knew it wasn't a perfect video, but it was just a funny thing that I did. And I was pretending that I was playing the guitar in there, and they said I ought to get that funny little hero guitar or whatever, and I never played one of those. So anyway, I do love all of you, and just believe that you can do this, you know. You can. Whatever you want to do out there, don't freaking let anybody stop you, you know. Tell yourself that you can do it, because you can, you know. Put your mind to it, you know, like you could do whatever you know. We've been limited the way that the society is. Forget everybody. Forget about your mom and dad if they down you, or your brother, sister, friend, or even husband or wife. Really, you know, show them all. Show them that you can do it, really. Show them that, hey, you know what, you think I can't do it, I'm going to prove you freaking wrong. I'm going to show you that I can do this. That's the attitude you really need to have. So anyway, I do love all of you, and I really hope you get a lot of help by any of my videos, and this one here. I do want to have more videos about encouragement, because it gets me far in life. It really does. When somebody inspires me, and you ought to see my bedroom space. Wow, talk about inspiration there. I got all these stars with things that help me out every day, even in my bathroom, you know. I have stars everywhere of encouragement, you know. Things that help me out to get through day to day. And I love you, and that's what we need. We need to be here for each other and help each other through life. And I love you, and you could give this video a thumbs up. You could share it with a friend. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you could leave a message down below. You can also, if you want, you could leave a message on Instagram. I do have some people out there, so I really appreciate if you even watch my videos, because, you know, I'm on Instagram, but I got some people following me, you know, like, and they're so cool. They've been inspiring me on Instagram. And so on Instagram, you can get in touch with me at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and I got some people out there that inspire me. So, you know, like, I am nothing without you. Really, I really am grateful for all of you taking the time out for watching any of my videos. And on Facebook, if you want to get in touch with me, at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I love all of you, and believe in yourself. I believe in you. Now you have to believe in you. You know, I believe in me. So we got this. We can do this. We're going to do this together. So I love all of you. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.